Russian President Vladimir Putin has been named by Forbes magazine as the most powerful man in the world for the third year in a row. This obviously comes in a moment that Putin, Margaret, has been working really hard to assert himself as the world leader, the big honcho in town. What do you make out of this nomination, this big award for him?
I mean, it's a really arbitrary award. Let's not forget, there are another notable figure on the list, Angela Merkel. She was number 2. Trump was 72. I don't know what we would make of that. Obama getting 3. So it goes Putin, Merkel, and Obama, 1, 2, and 3. Bill Gates being number 6. The Koch brothers, number 29. So they put together this arbitrary list based on, do we know what they're basing it on?
Yes, we have the criteria that they use, and it's basically 4 axes. One is how many people do they rule upon, how much money do they have, and if they can use that power, and if they did. And so basically those are the 4 criteria that they take in account, and obviously Russian President Vladimir Putin has pulled the biggest one lately by getting engaged in the fight in Syria, bombing and leading the strategy there. I think that's why he got that nomination, because he actually took decisive action. Now, the judgment of the action, that's a different story, but I think that's why he got the first place again.
I see. The Russian airstrikes and bombing Syria en masse is what gave him the title of most powerful. Wow. So he owns it like a boss, and therefore he's the king of the world. Got it.
He's the king of the world.
I having lived in Russia myself for several months, I understand, the Russian people perceive Vladimir Putin, he sort of has almost a godlike status. He's very revered, overwhelming popularity in his own country, and the cohesiveness they feel and the unity of love for him is quite palpable.
I mean, the latest
89
reports,
or 90%.
Yes, the latest reports are 89% approval ratings in Russia. Now, this comes from the state-run polling company,
right?
So we have to take that with a grain of salt. But at the same time, it's a way for Russia to paint the situation that is going on there in a certain light. Now we know that they're in a recession. They have been hit with hard sanctions from the Western world, and the price of oil has really taken a strong hit on their economy. So at the same time, he's putting this show, but there's a lot of house to be cleaned, back in Russia.
Right. And it's Forbes. Does anybody read Forbes in Russia? I don't know.
I'm not too sure, but in the world.
In the world.
And that's the important part, that Russia and Vladimir Putin established themselves as potent players in the world. Let us know your thoughts below about this naming of Vladimir Putin as the most powerful man in the world over President Barack Obama, Angela Merkel in second place. Let us know in the comment section. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the Lip TV 2.